This video is an update to the previous ones. Of the 5 previous videos on this topic, in the first one, which I recorded years ago, I shared that time is not what you think it is. That might be better said as time doesn't behave as you think it does. I said in the first video that time may travel backwards and forwards over the same spot like the ebb and flow of an ocean wave at a shoreline. Now, these years later, it may be that nobody will think that sounds crazy in light of the following developments. One experiment in the field of physics by Cater W. Murch showed that there was a possibility, at least in the quantum world, of the future affecting the past. He used measurements of photons in his experiment. This experiment revealed a truly bizarre finding, but we do separate the quantum world from the classical world that is our everyday reality. The experiment by Murch gave support to the idea of time running bidirectionally. In an article called Back from the Future, Ziva Murali covered some of the work of Jeff Tolleson, who was at Chapman University in California. Murali wrote of Tolleson's experiments, "A series of quantum experiments shows that measurements performed in the future can influence the present. Does that mean that the universe has a destiny and the laws of physics pull us inexorably toward our pre-written fate?" Murali also wrote, "And yet, as crazy as it sounds, the notion of reverse causality is gaining ground. A succession of quantum experiments confirm its predictions, showing, bafflingly, that measurements performed in the future can influence results that happened before those measurements were ever made." And remember the question Murali asked? She took the thinking a step further by asking the question, does this mean the universe has a destiny and the laws of physics pull us inexorably toward our pre-written fate? This question included the words our fate, not just fate at some far-removed quantum level. More recently, physicists carried out experimentation with atoms instead of photons. The results were the same. The results showed retrocausality. Associate Professor Andrew Truscott and his PhD student Roman Kakimov of Australian National University's Research School of Physics and Engineering conducted a classic double-slit experiment like others that have shown the future affecting the past, but this time with something that has mass. Experiments have gone from working with particles that have no mass to atoms which have mass. We traditionally believe, and our experience tells us, that in our classical world, time only runs forward. But what about information, we might ask? Does information run both forward and backward in time? We may someday know as these experiments progress forward in time.